Papa, of course, they were married for years, but they...
Is this your grandmother?
Yes, my grandmother and grandfather.
And what was her name?
Lou
Crawford?
Crawford.
Okay.
And L.B. Crawford and Lim.
And he was the bartender at the...
Yes.
What saloon?
What saloon? The Legal Tender.
Oh, okay. That's one we have a picture of.
Yeah. Yes. And anyway, they didn't ever get along. They fussed and fought all the time, but Papa was so good, he put up with her. And Lou was, she was hard-headed and everything. But anyway...
Kind of like the women today.
Anyway, he took care of her car, or she drove it, but he didn't even... Papa had a driver's license for years and years and years. When they started giving them out, he got a driver's license, and he never drove a car in his life. But when he died at 82 or whatever he was, he still had his driver's license. He renewed them every time it's time.
Did he smoke?
No, he didn't smoke.
Well, so much for that theory.
Now he kept a little bottle of whiskey in his dresser drawer, and he had a little snip every once in a while. But anyway, Lou went out to go somewhere in the car one day, and she got mad. The car wouldn't move, and she come back in, and she said, Lim said, there's something wrong with my car. Said, go out and fix it. And he went out there and come back in a little bit, and he said, well, hell, it won't go, because it's up on blocks. They set it up on blocks to save the tires. They put it up on blocks so the tires wouldn't ruin. And
My Lord.
It was set up on blocks, and that's why her car wouldn't go.
I wonder how they got it up there.
I don't know how they
drove it up a ramp and then moved
I don't know unless they
ramp?
raised it with a jack. I don't know how they put it on.
Sweet.
And but they did. That's the way they did it. So.
How many did they live in town?
Yeah, they lived in town.
Okay.
And
Is that where they lived over there?
yeah, Papa worked on the railroad after he got through with the bar. He worked on the railroad and carried his lunchbox in a little, his lunch in a little, I can remember him walking out the door with that, in a little lard can that you bought lard in, and that was his lunch pail.
What was the typical lunch back then?
Lord, I don't know. I don't know what he took in his lunch.
Biscuits and sorghum
Probably
rice
biscuits and maybe some bacon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what he took in his lunch. But he'd go off, he always walked to work, and he'd take that little can with him. It had a little bale on it where he'd carry it. He'd take that little can